Assalamualaikum. Today the lecture is about compressible flow. So it is about compressible so this is the final chapter for MEC 442, which is fluid mechanics 2. In previous chapters, beginning from chapter 1 up to chapter 4, basically we have learned about incompressible flow. So it's all about incompressible flow. So incompressible flow that consider inviscid flow, and then incompressible flow that also consider the viscous flow or viscous region. So in order to complete our study for fluid mechanics, we need to learn about compressible flow. So as introduction, compressible flow mean that we consider flow, we consider flow that have significant change significant changes in density. So in previous chapters we consider the density is not changed, or density is constant, but in this last chapter we consider very significant changes in density. So mean that density is not constant. So normally this compressible flow involve a very high flow of gases at very high speed. Before we start with equation for how to analyze compressible flow in terms of stagnation properties, so we need to recall some thermodynamic properties that you have learned in thermodynamics. So in thermodynamics, for ideal gas, for example, for let's say for ideal gas, the equation of state is really important. So what is equation of state? Which is P equal to rho R T. So I'm really sure that all of you already still remember this equation of state. P is pressure, rho is density, R is constant, and then T is temperature in Kelvin. So in thermodynamics, you also learn about K for ideal gas. For example, for the ideal gas, K for ideal gas, which is the ratio of constant ratio for the specific heat constant. K is a ratio of specific heat constant. For example, for air, K equal to 1.4. For example, for the air, K equal to 1.4, and then R is gas constant. R is gas constant, so you may refer to a table. So what is gas constant for air? 0.287 kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin. So there is example for gas constant for air. And then now for the compressible flow, first we need to learn about stagnation properties. So for the stagnation properties, let's say we want to analyze that this control volume. Okay, so in order to analyze this control volume, it is very important, or it is very convenient to combine the internal energy, okay, the internal energy and the flow energy of a fluid into a single term, which is known as enthalpy. Okay, so enthalpy, which is H equal to U plus P over rho. Okay, so enthalpy per unit mass, okay, which is a combination of internal energy and flow energy. Okay, so for most of the case, okay, most of the cases, we consider the kinetic and potential energies for the fluid are negligible. Okay, so for this case, the enthalpy is always represents the total energy of a fluid. Okay, so for high speed flow, such as those encountered in this airplane, okay, the potential energy of the fluid is still negligible. Okay, potential energy is still negligible, but the kinetic energy is not. Okay, so the kinetic energy is not. In such cases, it is convenient to combine the total enthalpy, okay, so the total enthalpy and the kinetic energy of the fluid into a single term called stagnation or total enthalpy, which is H0. Okay, in this chapter, when you see this notation 0, it is referred to the stagnation properties, at stagnation properties, H0, P0, T0, rho 0. So it is represent properties at stagnation. Okay, so H stagnation, okay, H0 equal to enthalpy, static enthalpy, plus V2 squared over 2, which is the kinetic energy for the flow, the fluid. Okay, so from this equation, if let's say your kinetic energy is 0, okay, you are not considering the kinetic energy, mean that the static enthalpy, okay, static enthalpy is equal to the stagnation enthalpy. Okay, so as you can see, for this energy balance at state 1 and state 2, we consider no heat or work interaction, no change in potential energy. So at state 1, H1 enthalpy at state 1, and then V1 squared over 2 equal to H2 plus V2 squared over 2. Okay, so now let's consider we brought the fluid to a complete stop at state 2, which is V2 now equal to 0. Now if V2 equal to 0, okay, so now let's say we at state 2, we brought the fluid become 0. Okay, V2 equal to 0. So now the equation, the energy equation, energy balance becomes H1 plus V1 squared over 2 equal to H2 plus V2 squared over 2. But now V2 is 0 for complete stop. Okay, so now when we have a complete stop, H1 plus V1 squared over 2 basically equal to HO. Okay, so that's why for this case, HO1, stagnation 1, equal to H stagnation at state 2. Okay, so this so therefore the stagnation enthalpy represent, okay, stagnation enthalpy the enthalpy of fluid when it is brought to rest diabatic. Okay, so there is definition for the stagnation enthalpy. Okay, so during this process, when the velocity equal to 0, the kinetic energy of fluid is converted to enthalpy, which is a combination between internal energy and flow energy, which results in an increase in the fluid temperature and pressure. Okay, so when the kinetic energy convert to enthalpy, the temperature, okay, the temperature and pressure are increased. Okay, so there is definition for the static enthalpy, stagnation enthalpy. Okay, so this slide already explained in previous slide. Okay, so during stagnation process, the kinetic energy of a fluid is converted to enthalpy, which result in an increase in the fluid temperature, okay, and also pressure. Okay, so the properties of fluid at the stagnation state are called stagnation properties. So it can be stagnation temperature, it can also be stagnation pressure, and also stagnation density. Okay, so everything that you found with this subscript 0, so it is referred to stagnation properties. Okay, so